All right, so I need to clarify some things further, obviously. Uh, the channeling that I just had while I was trying to relax, which made me get up, was the realization that more or less, like, there's a difficulty in translation that I don't think people are understanding. And it has nothing to do with what's in the background, what's in front of you, what you already know. That's never been the problem, and I think people don't get that. I had this flash of the scene in E.T. when E.T. is reading through the books in the library and watching media, right? And while he's watching media in particular, he's very overwhelmed by what he's seeing. And the only reason why he's that overwhelmed is because he's never seen that amount of violence between humans. It's historical violence. And then I had another flash. That was just the first download that I was supposed to be conscious of, was that the information is actually not congruent with the message of humanity or being a humanitarian. Like, as a terraform, you have terrestrial forms that are supposed to be walking amongst you. I'm not going to comment on the spiritual nature of that because it's none of my business. I'm not a judge, jury, or an executioner. I'm one participant on the face of this planet. So if you're from a different world and you show up on a planet, a foreign planet to you, it's foreign, you know? Yeah, it's foreign to you, like it's a foreign body. It's not one of your people. Maybe you're a tree person, I don't know. Long story short, that's literally like what I'm saying about wearing the skin that you're in. It's almost like when you're barking up the wrong tree or whatever. That's similar to what I'm trying to say here. If you're from a different planet and you show up on a new world, right? Or if you're from a different world and you show up on a new planet, however you want to put it, I don't care, vice versa. I don't care if your planet back at home, there was zero gravity and you had all these powers and abilities. You might not have those here. Or maybe the tools that you were sent to this planet with have been taken from you along the journey in different accidents or crashes or series of unfortunate events that just have unfolded, right? Long story short, you're going to need to make a new vessel or a new UFO for yourself or a new way to, like E.T. needed to find a way to get home. He had to figure out how to build the phone so that he could phone home, right? And the light on the tip of his finger was something that he couldn't really, like, explain, nor was it of this world. So how is he supposed to help humans become ET? Like, you can't really do that, right? The point is, it's like figuring out if you used to live in a very arid desert and secretly there was no water, and then you move someplace that's like the middle of the rainforest. Although you might be really good at surviving on nothing, it's almost like because that's the only skill set you've ever learned is like growing up on Dune, like the planet Dune, right? When you get dropped into Fern Gully, there's a definite shock. First of all, you're going to go through environmental culture shock. So there's like stages to that and levels to it. And then once you acclimate yourself to that, you're going to need to assimilate to being in their environment. So if they don't breathe oxygen wherever you go and that's all that you can survive on, you're going to die. It's like that. You know, you have to figure out how to survive using your ego. You have to figure out how to either even if you can't speak their language, you figure out how to circle the issue until everyone understands what's going on. I need to make water. No, you need to go to the bathroom, or you need to use the restroom. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's different ways of saying things, or there's like the potty dance. It's pretty universal. Kind of like math or whatever. These are the imaginary numbers. These are the imaginary numbers that are in between what we call the real numbers, only because that's what appears visible to us most of the time. What's visible is not necessarily what's spiritual. So the information from one planet to another is going to cause a war, because when you get to the new planet, they're going to say, you just don't want to share this information with us. Or you think you're better than us because you had this information and we didn't. So it's their ego, not so much yours. You understand what I'm saying? On your planet, this thing you don't need this thing. It's just a glowing finger with electromagnetic qualities, right? It's what we would call like a green thumb, perhaps, on this planet, right? But the translation of a green thumb to, like, I don't know if you've seen Winx, Winx on Netflix. It's like a series, a supernatural series, kind of like Hogwarts, but not really. A little bit more divergent than that, but also includes like being able to use earth powers to grow things, horticulture, things of that nature. It's not spiritual, it's an ability, it's a gift. Some people are better at landscaping and gardening than others. It's a gift that's either deeply seated in you, pun intended, or not.